Hey guys, Dean here. Sorry, it's been a while, appreciate that. Think back just after Christmas and the New Year, said I was going to try and make more videos this year. We're now in September, and I think the last video I did was February, so not quite managed that. Number of different reasons as to why I've not been doing videos, mainly just work related. It's been really busy at work at the moment. Finding it difficult to get any spare time to basically do any videos really, so any spare time I do have, I'm trying to obviously spend it listening to music with the family, etc. Just been away on holiday, which is why I'm actually here today, so I've actually got a couple of days off work until I actually go back next week. So I thought, let's try and use the time and maybe do a video or two and see how we go. So this is going to be a bit of a mishmash basically of everything, because I can't remember what I've showed previously. I can't remember half the stuff I've picked up over the last 6 months or whatever it's been. So I'm just going to go through a few bits and bobs that I've been listening to, bits and stuff that I've bought that I've not actually filed away yet. Yeah, we'll see where we go. So first of all, picked up the new Ash album basically when it came out, which is quite a while ago actually. This is called Islands. It's a signed copy because I've got it through their website. Yeah, so really, it's a typical Ash album to be fair. It's good, solid songwriting, pretty much what you'd expect from Ash. It's nothing outstanding or anything. I still think 1977 and Trailer were the best things I've ever done. Obviously they've sort of dipped the toes into the more commercial sort of rock pop market. This is potentially more in that vein, but airing onto the more earlier stuff I suppose. So potentially it may please more the earlier fans like myself rather than the sort of latter day fans. But it's a good solid Ash album. And I think, yeah, can't say any fairer than that. So that's that. Also had as well, which I mentioned to was it James Griffiths the other day, about Magnum. I think he was on about the Magnum album. It could have been Cloudy Milder. But this is their latest. So again, I think this came out probably a good 3 to 4 months ago. I picked this up back then. It's actually quite difficult to get hold of because I think they only pressed a small amount of these on purple vinyl it was. But yeah, I mean, as you can tell from the cover, it's sort of alluding to the fact that they've gone back to sort of the days like on a Storyteller's Night and that sort of thing, which it has. It's got the sort of commercial aspects to it, but I would certainly say it's more in that vein, more of the earlier material. But it is a cracking album. If you like Magnum, I mean, they've always been a bit commercial, I suppose, anyway. More on the sort of prog-commercial side of things. But this is such a great album. Yeah, I mean, it's cheesy in parts, I must say. And the opener, Peaches and Cream, sort of grabs you straight away. It's a very catchy sort of 5-minute song. But, you know, with it being called Peaches and Cream, it's pretty much, you can tell what sort of song it is anyway. But it's done really well. It sounds great. The artwork is fantastic. And what can I say? It's a classic Magnum album, I think. Anyway, so if any of you guys have seen this around, not managed to pick it up, I'd urge you to listen to it at least anyway. And try and get hold of it if you can. Like I said, I know there was quite a limited vinyl pressing, so sure saw 500 banded around, which was surprising for Magnum essentially, but who knows. So that's Magnum. Also, which was more recently, I picked up the long-awaited repress of the Misfits Famous Monsters. This is on like a slime green vinyl, basically. It's sort of that colour. But yeah, it's a really nice MOV package. Sounds great, you know, certainly as good as it could sound for a Misfits album, I suppose. They've never particularly up there with the sound quality sort of dynamics on their albums, and certainly from the recent Danzig albums that still seems to be the case. But I think the songs stand up for themselves, and obviously the whole imagery, so forth around the Misfits albums. Yeah, it's just a cracking album really, and really good to have it on vinyl. So as soon as I heard that this was coming out, again I think it was limited to something like 1,500, I think. So originally I think this was only available as a 12-inch picture disc in Japan, from memory. So yeah, so prime for a reissue. I mean, ideally, it'd be good for MOV or anybody else for that matter to pick up the Misfits albums, studio albums, and get them reissued, because the originals go for crazy money at the moment. I mean, my local record stores had American Psycho in. I think they were asking 80 quid for it, which isn't bad, I suppose, compared to a lot of other people that are asking for it on eBay and Discogs. But £80 for an album that, yeah, it's a good solid album, but you know, how many times I'm going to listen to it? It's more of a collectible item than anything else. So if they did them as reissues, then yeah, that'd be fantastic. So Misfits. Talking of issues as well, for those that may or may not have heard, System of a Down are supposedly reissuing their back catalogue, which should be falling sort of October time. So obviously that's Steal This Album, the self-titled, Toxicity, and that sort of stuff. So so that'd be really, really good, because again, stuff like Toxicity is just crazily priced. You're looking to probably pay at least £80, £90 on eBay if you can find a copy, and that's the issue, is trying to find an actual original copy and not a bootleg. There seem to be hundreds, thousands of bootlegs out there, so so unless you get it in your hands, obviously the black vinyl version, then you're struggling. Anyway, so that's a side note. Something else I picked up quite recently was Chemists. So these guys actually came across purely by accident on Bandcamp. So they are very much in the sort of, don't want to say an Iron Maiden copy, but they're obviously heavily influenced by sort of 83, 84 period Iron Maiden, but with different vocal stylings. Heavier certainly than Maiden that period, but the melodies and so forth that are playing through are definitely from that era. But this is such a cracking album. I've actually gone back and listened to the previous two albums. This is number 3 digitally, and again they're just as good, so I need to try and pick those up on vinyl. But this is a Nuclear Blast release. I think this came out probably about 6 weeks ago, something like that. Can't recommend it highly enough. Spot on album, really good, solid metal album. Can't go wrong. Again, fantastic artwork. So what else have we been listening to? So like I said, it's been a while. Picked up, goes without saying, picked up the Scream For Me Sarajevo soundtrack, so it's Bruce Dickinson stuff. Got all the songs on here anyway, bar Eternal, I think it was. There was an extra song that was added in, which was a previously unreleased song. But yeah, nice package, cheap enough. I think it's about 15, 18 quid or something like that, so it's no brainer really to pick that up. We also picked up, and this is how far back I'm going, so the Record Store Day, well not Record Store Day release, it's released around the same weekend, of the $5.98 EP by Metallica, that was on orange vinyl, so it's remastered. Haven't listened to it yet, it's in the to listen to pile, but really love the original, so it's good to see if they've actually made any improvements in the sound quality of that one. Picked up this, so this is the Motion City soundtrack, Even If It Kills Me. This actually was recommended by Too Many Records. Saw him show this. It's Matt from Too Many Records. I'm not sure if you guys watch any of his stuff. He has a mixture of sort of indie, sort of punk, pop rock stuff. He likes his hip hop as well, which, to be honest, I can't particularly say I do. Sort of dips into the metal side of things every now and again. He's just recently done a metal album, actually, metal video, which is quite interesting to see some of the stuff on there that I haven't particularly been made aware of previously. But this is really good, solid sort of indie, post-punk, pop sort of album. But again, glorious artwork, really nice package. And I think I picked this up, I think it's about £15 as well. So really stoked to get that. It's really good. Picked up the Perfect Circle latest. Can't remember even what that was called. It's the elephant. Eat the Elephant. Again, crazy sort of imagery on the front. Have listened to this. This is a fantastic album. I now got into Perfect Circle around the time Murder Noms. Judith was the first single I heard of theirs, which I think was probably the inroads for most people if they listen to Perfect Circle. Just a killer track. But yeah, I mean, this is such a great album. I'm really happy to have that one. So what else is of any interest? So also picked up this one. So this I picked up. This is Magora. I'm waiting. So this is done by a small Italian, yeah, sure it was Italian record company, Doc Gator Records. So they were doing this and Iron Flame. So the Iron Flame one was basically the album that I was really after. I missed that out previously on Bandcamp. So Iron Flame, just don't think it's in there. Let's try and find it. Yeah, so we had Iron Flame, Lightning Strikes the Crown. So it was after this, I saw this on Bandcamp, listened to it, loved it, but by the time I found them, the vinyl pressings were just gone. And again, I think it was a pretty short run, but these guys repressed it, limited edition of 300. So again, another short press. But again, I suppose similar to Chemists, these guys are heavily Iron Maiden influenced, probably more so than Chemists. But they pull it off. It's not really in a cheesy manner either, so I won't class them as a sort of tribute band. They do their own thing, but they are heavily influenced sort of melodically by Maiden, and even in certain parts vocally. But it's certainly worthwhile having a listen and seeing what you guys think. I think they are a US band, these guys. But yeah, again, cracking artwork, really good solid album. But yeah, as I was sort of saying earlier, this was being done together with this as a package, so I think if you bought two, or bought both of them anyway, then it obviously worked out to a better deal. So I grabbed this one. I've not listened to this one yet, so it's still in my to listen to pile. Yeah, just trying to think what else we've been listening to. So a few bits and bobs that we've pulled out the collection over time. Chris Poland solo album, obviously Chris Poland, the guitarist from Megadeth on the early albums. Yeah, cracking. I think it's with his brother. Yeah, Mark Poland on drums. Assuming it's his brother anyway. Yeah, I picked this up quite cheaply as well. I think it was only £5. What else do we have here? Also, I'm trying to find it. It's in here somewhere. find something, you can never find it. Darkness, I think this Metal Theologian, Aaron, showed this one. I thought I had this already when he showed it, so I tried to dig it out, couldn't find it anywhere, thinking well, perhaps I must have just seen it when it's been flying around, but I swear blind I had it. So it didn't, at least can't find a copy if I've got it, might be hidden away in one of the bloody boxes somewhere. So managed to find a copy in one of the local shops in Leeds. So again, really good price, really cracking, solid thrash metal album, this one. Fantastic album. So yeah, really good, love a bit of darkness. So that's it, I think. There's a few more bits and bobs in here, but I won't bore you with what I've got. Just been going through some of the Slayer back catalogue. But yeah, just throwing out a few bits and bobs, like I say, when I get time. Yeah, so that's about it. Also, James Griffiths mentioned to me as well about some guys in the VC. He didn't mention who actually were going to Leeds on October the 6th for Record Fair. Assuming that's the one in the Trinity Church. So if anybody else is interested in come along to that, I think that'll be a good VC meetup. I was going to suggest as well, I don't know who else is coming along, so whether how much knowledge they have of Leeds, but we're thinking about just showing the guys after the Record Fair some of the really good sort of hot spots basically of Leeds for vinyl. So some really nice shops, not only in sort of the head road main town centre area, but obviously just on the outskirts as well, which are easy enough to get to by foot. So but yeah, just ping me a note if you're interested in tagging along on that one anyway, and obviously we'll try and work out all the details together anyway, so you can get in touch with James and find out exactly who's coming along. Anyway, so that's my video for today. I said I'm going to try and do a few more over the next couple of days anyway, just in case it will be another 6 months before I do another one. But anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll catch you later.